Ta-da! I'm here. It's Thursday, not Wednesday. Didn't have the greatest of days yesterday, so I asked Sir Graeme if he would allow me to reschedule for today. And today was an excellent day, so this is the perfect opportunity to bring on one of my favorite people in the world. Dude is fucking hilarious if you've never met him in person. The conversations are not ever just surface level. It's a little surface and then you dive deeper every time. And I think that's a lot to do with his age. I know he's not very old, but he's wise and he's been through a lot and he's done a lot. I don't know a whole bunch about his background, and that's why we're having him on the show today. He's a great conversation. Anytime I've seen him at any of the events, if you don't know who I'm talking about, Graeme Doolan, Australian guy, works for Llumar, does tons of other stuff too, man. Love the guy to death, like I said. And I look forward to talking with him about tint, PPF, rap, life, business, whatever we get into. He's also very, very funny, so be ready for that. Be ready to have your cheeks hurting at the end of this. I know I'm going to crack some jokes. I know for a fact he's going to crack some jokes. But I'm going to start it off with a little bit of how the day went. The day started out, I was going to get some tires put on my truck. I needed 2 for the front, and they ordered the wrong size. Might have been my fault, might have been their fault. Either way, wasn't stressing it. In the past, I probably would have gotten angry and been pissed off and been like, man, why the fuck does this happen to me and blah, blah, blah. But for a while now, I've been trying to, instead of react to things, try to respond to things. So what that means is my initial thing was, fuck, man, like that sucks. But it's not the end of the world. I'm gonna get them on. And I ended up being able to go this afternoon when they came in and get them done. And I was able to meet a guy who's welding. And so now I've made a new connection with some random person in my community that I know is a welder, and I actually need his services. So I try to look at the bright side of everything. I try to look at it as, yeah, I missed that opportunity to get my tires put on this morning, but I also got to use my truck to go get an appointment, bring it back, tint it, take the guy's truck back, get home, and then I was able to go and get my tires put on. And it just goes to show you, like, when bad things or hiccups happen during your day, try to make the most of it and search for the positive. A lot of people these days, they just want to look at the negative things in life and they just want to complain and bitch and moan and why not me and why does this happen to me and all that kind of stuff, right? Take a step back and go, good, I'm glad this thing happened. Now, what is that going to teach me? What can I learn from this? What can I take out of it that's a good thing, right? I tell my kids that all the time. They'll be like, Dad, I did this and it was a bad thing. And I'm like, good. It's not good, Dad. And I'm like, why isn't it good? Like, why don't you make it into something good? Why don't you make it into, I shouldn't do that, and now I'm not going to do that again because of the feeling that they had for it, or whatever the case may be, right? There's a long story about the rice farmer and his son, and I don't want to butcher it, but basically it's like there's a drought, and the guy's like, good, and he's like, how's that good? Well, something, I can't remember exactly how it went, but at the end of it, it's basically everything bad that happened for a reason, which led into something great happening. So whenever you're having a rough day, like I was yesterday, and I'm not gonna lie, I probably should have still done the show just to get through, but I wanted to be able to give y'all a good interview with my guest, because when I'm not feeling something, the quality goes down. Like if I'm not feeling like working, it takes me longer and I mess up more because I'm distracted, right? So I much would rather, I gotta turn this music down. I'm not even thinking straight. I'm yelling over this shit. I probably got comments popping up. Nope. Love the energy. What's up, Avery? But yeah, so I'm glad that he was able to reschedule. He's actually in the middle of training on a Friday because where he is, he's in the future. He's in the future, dude. And I think that's bananas. Like it's Friday there and it's Thursday night here. So I'm going to ask him how the weather is tomorrow, all that good stuff. You know what I'm saying? In due time though. But I appreciate everybody for watching tonight. And without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and do this intro video. And then I'm going to bring my guest on so we can have a good old chat. A good fucking chat, eh? Hold on. It's out. Then, ladies and gentlemen, introducing Gramame.
What's going on?
What's up,
yeah,
bro?
Can you hear me all right?
Yes, can hear you fine.
Awesome.
You
Cool.
look excellent.
So, I'd expect as much. You know, there's
yeah, you do.
Yeah. That was a wild intro, bro. That was cool. That was cool to watch.
Thanks, man.
It was also accurate. So there's, you know, I am funny. I do talk a lot. I enjoy it.
Yep.
I like to keep it light until we don't, you know, which is a pretty deep kind of conversation. You and I, man, that was like
we've had a couple.
Coffee.
Yeah. We didn't even have the coffee yet, and we were like,
right.
it wasn't even like what 8 in the morning. It was like 8 in the morning or something.
Yeah,
we're over here.
Yeah, and
oh god,
yeah, that's right. I was like, whoa, this is a lot. But all right, so firstly, thank you for having me on, man. It's really, really cool. I am in the middle of the future right now, and it's looking bright.
Ooh, is it?
It
looks a little bright out there, dude.
Yeah, well, I'm actually up in Queensland on the Gold Coast doing a 27-foot beach boat. So it's a trailer boat. It's about $500,000. It's basically as big as you can get them.
God damn.
We're doing PPF, and I was like helping a buddy out, and then I'm like, man, I got to stop for a podcast, and he's like, of course you do, and that makes sense, right? I was like, you go get some lunch or something, you know. Like it's actually it's just gone 10 a.m. here where I am. 10
a.m.
So, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Cracking day too, man. It's awesome. It's I've got so much on. I've worked like 14 days straight in 3 different states, and I am more alive than I ever was. Like that sounds insane.
Yeah, but why is that? I want to know why though.
Okay. Actually, what you were talking about, and that was kind of I got goosebumps when in the intro when you were chatting about, you know, the rice farmer and everything else, because there is we train ourselves to have negative. Yeah. And
okay.
I was like,
yeah. It's a good story.
I was on the other side of it going, I think it's like this, and I'm like, I'll also butcher it, so I won't even try. But basically, it's easier to train yourself with negative thoughts when, you know, it's out there. So if you want to find the negative in everything, it's there.
100%.
But on the flip side of that, the positive's also there. So, and it used to sound really cliche. Like I'd done a lot of study over this in the last 10 years because my default was anger, which is surprising to a lot of people that know me now. But I used to find it easy to sit in anger and be busy and work and, you know, leave me alone, don't distract me, those sort of things. But it's hard. It's hard to be angry at everything, right?
It beats the shit out of you, dude. Like it makes you exhausted all the time, dude. Because like I think there's like a physiological change to your body when you're angry, angry, like your blood pressure rises, your heart starts racing, you start shaking and shit. It's like adrenaline backed with hatred. Like that's what it reminds me of, and it is exhausting. Like it really is.
Yeah. And you know, cortisol is a big killer, right? Like this stress hormone, it's a big killer of, you know, we're told we need to work hard and do this and do these things, and it's kind of tricky to find a balance between actually really enjoying yourself and genuinely enjoying it. And then they're like, do what you love, and I'm like, man, I don't feel like tinting windows today. I hate it, right? I hate it right now. And then I shifted that same job that I felt like I hated, and not to go too deep too early, like we were going to anyway.
No, you're good. Go ahead. I don't give a fuck.
It's basically that same job I could do again with a different perspective, and it's exactly the same scenario, same dealership or same workshop, all of the same scenario around me. The only thing that shifted was my perspective. And suddenly I loved my job because I had this gratitude. And I thought gratitude was this full of shit, fake. I'm like, what do you want me to just tell myself I feel better? Yeah. And
that's not what it is.
Yeah.
It's literally picking out what is positive out of that bullshit, right? Like if you don't snap and you don't get angry and you freak the fuck out and things go wrong, it's like a superpower to go like, oh, okay, well, I didn't freak out this time. Like just that small thing, like, because you can feel it rising in you. And if you can like find what the trigger was, like, okay, it was this. It's like, now I can't let it bother me. Like I have to be okay with that. Right. And a lot of people can't be okay with that. They do the pushback anger. Like that's really what it is like the anger is the pushback to the feeling. Right. Yeah. Maybe it's a feeling of failure. Maybe it's a feeling of incompetency or, you know, just, like being devalued or something in the moment. But it's genuinely you critiquing yourself and being angry at other people for what you're doing to yourself. Like nobody's doing it to you, dude. It's all you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's awesome.
I realized that there didn't need to be other people there. I was angry if I was alone. If I was working with someone, I was angry, you know, alongside or at them. You know, I'm like, they're breathing funny, whatever it is, right? It would be a whole list of things that I would focus on, but that took practice to get that bad. And then I realized it takes just as much practice to get that good. So to reverse it. And then when I rock up and I was like, man, I'm so tired. So when I saw you in Texas last at Tinner Battles, I was at the end of a 3-week trip. You know, I'm starting to think about all the workload I've just pushed aside back in Australia to hang out in the US. And I went, I have to be in the moment. I have to not think about all the crap that's coming forward. I also have to think about the 16-hour flight we're about to jump on the next morning. You know, like all of these things added up, and you're like, it's easy to be in a shitty mood. And I'm like, imagine having the opportunity to be on the other side of the planet and then have the shits about the whole thing. Like, hey, Avery, what's up, bro? Good to see you, man. And like, case in point, right? I got to see Avery when I'm at Texas, you know, in Texas.
Yeah.
And we rerouted our whole trip so we can drop in and see everyone for like all of 5 minutes. You know, that's what it felt like. And then but I was like, what a crazy life I live. And then I went to the airport and I bump into Holly home and I'm like, my life is strange. Right?
Wait.
You know what I mean?
You talking about the fucking fighter?
Yeah, UFC fighter. I was like,
no way, dude. So like you changing your plans turned into you bumping into a fucking professional fighter.
Yeah. And I'm standing there pointing at her.
I just got goosebumps.
Yeah, same. I do too. I was like,
that's wild.
I had my arm around my girl and I'm like pointing, and my girl's like, why are you pointing at this blonde girl? Right. And I'm like, I can't talk. And I'm like, look. And she's like, yeah, I can see there's like a really fit blonde chick in front of her. Yeah. And she's like, why are you making it weird? And I was like, that's Holly. And she's like, and Holly just nods at me. She's like, hey, what's up? And yeah, I go back like, oh, I'm freaking out. My missus is like, I need more information because are you just perving on a chick across from us? Like, what the hell's going on? Right? And I'm like, no. And I'm like, also, don't fight that chick. It's not going to work out for you.
Yeah. Don't talk shit to her, dude. It will not go well.
Yeah. So
that's crazy.
But jokes aside, it was a moment of, you know, a sort of like fangirl over her for like all of 10 seconds. And then I'm just standing in the airport like, fuck, my life is a trip. And you know, I'm lucky, grateful, all those cliche things that I used to go like, what sort of wanker would say something like that?
Yeah.
And I go, now I'm one of those wankers that believes it. I'm like, man, the gratitude posts I see, I was like, hell yeah. You know, the fact that I get to work with my son, there's just so many layers of stuff.
That's great.
That I now live on a day-to-day that
and
I'm genuinely grateful.
And it literally all comes from like love, like a place of love. Like, and that's the biggest cliche thing. Like, the world needs love. It fucking really does, dude. Like, that's why I know you notice, but like, that's why I always try to like support the fuck out of the friends that I have that are doing things that I can't do yet, or things that I want to accomplish one day. I used to be jealous as fuck and be like, man, fuck that guy, dude. He just fucking, he's lucky. He didn't do shit to get that or whatever. And now I'm like, I wonder all the hard fucking days they had to go through and the hours they put in to get there. because I'm doing the same work now for myself. Like I'm trying to, and this has been an ongoing process with me not drinking. Like I've literally been working on nothing but me. And like people have been sacrificed in a sense for it. Like I don't get back to people as fast as I usually do because usually I'm about to react to what they're saying and not respond to them. And most of the time, if I try to react to it initially, it's coming from a place of smart ass anger, you know, fuck you or whatever, right? If I'm live on TikTok though, I can't really promise anything because those motherfuckers, they get it. They get it on there. Yeah, they get it. It really is, bro. Like, man, I wonder how long it's going to take for those electronics to fry on that door panel. All that kind of shit, right? All the stupid little shit that people don't know shit about. And that's the only time I really kind of crash out or whatever. Yeah, I do too. I'll be a smart ass so bad. I'm like, oh man, really?
Just that's it. That's right. And I'm like, well, I've ruined the other 4, so I might as well just like, you know, kill this one too.
Yeah, exactly. Or I go, yeah, man, out of the thousands of vehicles that I've done, this is going to be the one, man. This is going to ruin my career, you know?
I did it too. A guy complaining that I charged too much for window tint when I was explaining how to add value to tint. And then he's like, how do you sleep at night? And I was like, on a bed of $100 bills, bro.
Yeah,
you know, it's like, like, what am I going to get into it with him? Like,
sleep at night with the fan on, bro. With the fan on. Okay, so what is there any like point where, because you talked about how you used to get angry easily and like kind of stay in that mode. Was there like a moment or anything in particular that kind of shifted your mindset? Like anything that maybe you read or somebody told you, or like you watched or you listen to audiobooks? Like, is there any like one turning point where you were like, okay, I've got to change this about me?
Yeah. So the definitive answer is absolutely yes. So there was and then there's like a bunch of them, right? That just add up to where I am now.
Right.
But back to cliches, it was rock bottom, because that's the pivotal turning point where I was in therapy, and the therapy was keeping me alive at that point. So that's sort of how dark things got for me. End of my marriage, I was early 30s. I'm 49 now. So I was early 30s, and I was like, I've lost everything. I've lost my houses. I lost, you know what I mean? Like,
it's super easy to get. It's so easy to get mad at the world and give up, dude.
Well, and I kind of had quit at that point. And then I genuinely even said it out loud in myself, sitting in my garage, just like, I'm done, right? And it's wild to think now, because it's a different version of me, right? I'm looking back at a cliche version of Graeme where I was like, oh, that's the old me. But my therapist actually said it to me, and he goes, you know, from today, you can be whoever you want. And I was like, yeah, cool story, but I know the reality. And he goes, you'll never change who you were. What you can change is who you are. And I was like,
I love that.
I was kind of in my own head about it at the time. And he goes, but from day now, go and pick the things you love about everyone, right? So, you know, my older brother's one of my mentors, and I've always loved his the way he wouldn't react when it was a conversation, the way he would actually give me a second, he'd think about it.
Yeah.
It'd be a thoughtful response, and he seemed to make decisions easily, like good decisions easily, where I was like, I should punch this guy, right? And everyone's like, no. I was like, we're just getting gas, man. Calm down. Yeah. I was like,
like, what are you doing?
Yeah, that's right. They're like, man, that come out of nowhere. So I started actually cherry picking those things. Like, what do I love about my friends, family, all these things.
Yeah.
You know, and it was being just a good valued human. And I was already a good guy, but I'd making shitty choices, right? So then on the flip side of that, I started fine tuning everything and just kind of slowing things down, not be so reactive, add some process to things. But I really started doing work on myself, and now there's a good bunch of cliches in this fucking podcast already.
Self-work is hard, man. Like, people
you
that don't
start with being honest with yourself.
Of course. And that's exactly what I did when I was like, I'm not going to drink anymore, because for fucking ever, I was like, that's not the problem. That's not the problem. It's not, it's really not. It was the solution. The problem
Yeah.
was me, and that's the biggest
Yeah, that's
cliche.
right.
I'm
Yeah,
the
yeah.
problem. The
Yeah.
thinking that I do around the drinking is the problem. It's not the actual act of drinking. It's the
Yeah.
why am I drinking? The reason was because I didn't want to be myself. I
Yeah.
wanted to be a
Yeah.
version of me that I thought people wanted to see. And
Yeah,
I
man.
did that for fucking ever. And in
And
the
you don't even
last
consciously do it. You just
because it becomes you. You become that thing. You're not you.
Yeah.
You're that persona, right? And so it's basically just an escape, right? Or putting up a mask or whatever the fuck you want to call it, right?
Yeah.
You're just being disingenuous. And I'm still
But
pretty
only
much
to
the
yourself.
same.
Only
Right.
to
Yeah.
yourself. That's the hard part,
Exactly.
right?
Right.
Yeah.
Everybody else has no fucking clue that you're just trying to make it through the fucking day, right?
Yeah.
And then and
you don't
sometimes when you
notice them
say
in
that,
the same space.
exactly. And then sometimes whenever you tell people that, they go, "Man, I would have never known anything was wrong." That's the fucking point. That's the point. Why would I want you to know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I can get
Because
the
then
whole,
it shows
oh man, what do
weakness
you
or
got to be
whatever.
worried about? What do you got all this stuff going on? I'm like, yeah, but you don't know what's going on between these ears, dog. Like what's going on up here? Up here is a bad playground sometimes.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
and then,
Sometimes.
And then,
that's the,
but it's usually I try to give myself 5 minutes of just whatever I'm going like emotional wise. I'll sit here for 5 minutes and I try to get over it. If it's something I can't get over right now, I have to be like, all right, that's it. It'll be another day, another project, another day, whatever. And I see that in people now, like looking back on how I used to be and like what I call the old me or whatever. Cause I saw this video of a guy, I think he was a comedian, but he said that when he changed, he literally had to kill his older self. Like it no longer lives in him. And now he's a new person. Same guy, but just a new person, right? And so that was kind of hard for me to grasp in the moment. But then I sat back and thought about it and I was like, yeah, because all those old habits and those patterns and the things that I did to escape are no longer available to me. So I have to figure out a different way, not to escape, but to confront them, get over them and move forward and grow from it and go, oh, well.
Yeah.
What are you going to do about it? Like, what is it now? Like, what are you going to do now? Right.
Yeah.
And it's like one more day, just gotta go one more day. But it wasn't the old one more day, like get through the day. It was, I get one more day. I got one more day today. Instead of, fuck, I got to go through the day again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah. It's wild the amount of
get mugged.
Yeah. Yeah. And he was way bigger than me. I locked my doors. I'm like, get out of here. He's but with that, I had that old me version because there's no way I could ever love myself back then, you know, and this is another one of these.
No way.
I fucking despised who I was.
Of course.
Because I could only see the negative, right? But then if you told me I was a shitty person, I'd want to fight you about it, right? That was the old way of processing it. Because really I'm walking around trying to validate who I am daily to myself. And these are like, and I go, a lot of people didn't even have to be there for this part of the conversation, right? It was an internal dialogue that I'd trained myself to think a way that was this insane, like, who was it? I think might have been Rogan or someone like that. It's like, if nobody else, I'd never let anyone else talk to themselves, talk about me the way I talk about myself, you know, something along those lines.
I've seen that one a couple times and I agree.
Yeah. Well, Rogan actually helped me do a lot of internal reflection, right? And I always credit that podcast for just using that same formula. Pick people that you're actually like, you know, I totally understood that it's a dude on the other side of the planet that I'll never meet and it's whatever it is. But the way of thinking resonated with me. The way to process things resonated with me. So it was a really cool, fun way to actually go like, one, get through the day. I'm distracting myself and concentrating on work. But at the same time, I'm actually doing self-work in that internal dialogue. Now, the next answer to that question, the game changer for me was the dichotomy of leadership by Jocko Willink. All right.
Okay, well, I'm gonna have to fucking get that on my audiobook list.
I'll send it to you. So you probably know of Jocko if you know of Rogan
Yes, I do.
and the rest of it, right?
That's where I get the good thing from. Good.
Yeah, right. So
my son says, "Oh, I stubbed my toe." Good. What? It's not good. And I'm like, "You gonna do it again?" He's like, "No." I'm like, "You learned something. That's good." He's like, "That's not what it means, Dad." One day he'll figure it out, but until then, you know.
But you get the opportunity to help program that early. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like that's
exactly
right. Where, you know, if you didn't do this
growing up at all, I didn't have it growing up at all. So,
of course. So
and I'm sure you didn't as well, because you're working on it now too. So that means that it's probably some deep rooted shit that hasn't been dealt with, and that's why you're always angry. And same with me. Like that's why I drowned my sorrows since I was basically 19 years old up until 7 months ago, every single day, every night, because of something that happened to me when I was a child and when I was a young adult and in college and all of those things. It's like a fucking snowball, right? Like people say, it just rolls and it gets bigger and it gets bigger and it gets bigger.
Yeah,
and then eventually it's going to have to hit a fucking stop and it's going to explode into a million pieces everywhere. And you're going to have to figure out either you put it back together or you start a new fucking roll. You know what I mean? You start a new snowball. And maybe it's the opposite direction. Maybe it's the same direction but with better intentions, but you have to leave the old one where it is. Like it's there now. That's where it ended up. And can't change it.
One of those things was him also saying to me that my therapist saying to me that it's okay. You know what I mean? Like he was literally things like Good Will Hunting. That scene
love that fucking movie, brother.
Right?
Love it.
When I first watched it, I was like, how boring. Where's the fighting? What's going on? And then when he was being tough, I was like, yeah, that's my boy, right? When there was moments of outsmart him, do that. That was who I resonated with then when it first came out, right? And I think it came out in 96 or something, 97. It was that long ago.
Yeah.
Now I watched the part where Robin Williams was actually going like, it's not your fault.
It's not your fault. Yep.
I can't even say it 4 or 5 times because I'm like, I'm already
dog. Cried so hard.
Yeah. Well, I didn't in the moment. I didn't get it. I was like, you bunch of pussies right now.
Yeah. What are you such a bitch for? Yeah.
The funny thing is, I was way too scared to face myself on that sort of deep-seated level, right? It was a surface, and that's what I was scared of actually showing anyone. So what I've actually pivoted with those coming out of that old person has actually taught me a lot about other people.
Right? Of course.
So now,
those now
people. In the training space, I get to see it. I get to see these people that come up and show me photos of work they're doing or, work they're going to do, or, they try and validate themselves on the entry. Then there's others that are on the flip side of that. They were like, I'm not talking in this class. There's too many people, and I learn about introverts and extroverts and all these different personality types, actually learning different things and different thinking processes, or there's so many different like styles of the way people act or don't act or hide or don't. If I got to critique somebody in a training session, it's really interesting to actually have that conversation where I'm like, great job, keep it positive.
Basically. Yeah
and it's because some people I need to go, that's actually incorrect, you need to do it this way. Because they're lying to themselves that hard that they're not even hearing what I'm saying. They're like, no. You mustn't know what you're doing. And I'm like, look, following the process, I understand why you did it, and this is how to correct it. But then there's other people where I'm like, great job, because you're doing as good as I'd expect at the skill level you're at. It's not like, because I'm not judging them. I'm sharing information with them. But they feel judged by a trainer that's got experience in front of them. Right. So they're particularly now that I'm like traveling globally, that people go, that has a persona around itself. And I went, no.
Right. He's a know-it-all, blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
So I'm not a big deal. Most of these installers that I get to meet in these crazy shops are better than me at it because they do it 24/7.
Right.
But what they do is share information with me that I can then pass on to the next generation. Right. So there's a saying that we say, what you doing an audio check?
No, the family's making noise up there, and I don't know if they're. I'm trying to see if they're arguing or Or what's going on? Sorry.
Or plan. Yeah, no, that's okay. It was like every Aussie just
Squirrel.
thinks it must be every Aussie just thinks there's a
time.
shooting. They're like, obviously you guys are having a gunfight outside. That's what's happening. Man, the questions I get about the US is funny, but yeah. So
we got to go over some of that too because it's funny.
Oh yeah, it's good because it's the same the other way around, right? Like, you know, our pet kangaroos.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, do you like really big spiders and shit? Like,
now some of that shit's real true too. So
oh, I know.
I'm in a place
like
now where within 50 feet of me, I could find a deadly snake or spider quite easily.
Right.
It's just part of it. It's like, you know, I don't know.
It's like when there's mosquitoes outside in the South. It's like, yeah, no shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's mosquitoes out in the South. Duh.
Yeah.
Like, what do you want them to fucking disappear?
Like, man, I went outside and this. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So but yeah, to pivot back. So when I'm actually working with people and I see those traits in people, it's actually helped me as a trainer because I can understand where they're at and then approach things.
Yes.
Because my job there is to actually assist them get better. It's not to just grow as myself or get paid or do all these things. I
want to be the spotlight. No, they are the objective. And I only know this because I did a 1 week guest training spot at GeoShield. I don't know if you saw that or not.
No, I didn't.
I had never been a trainer in my whole life, ever. Not once. I never thought I would be good at it. My buddy Brent, the traveling tinner, I don't know if you know him, bald guy, big smile, huge smile. By the way, he's one of my favorite people too. He is a good looking dude. He's just a little short, but you know.
Short king.
Yeah, he is. But he had undeniable like faith in me and confidence in me. He was like, Shady, you'll be fine. I promise. He's like, and I was doubting myself, like, you know, telling myself I'm not a good trainer. This is going to be worth, this isn't going to help them at all. They're going to make fun of me, whatever. And then one day I go, I'm going to fucking crush this shit. Like I'm about to be the best fucking trainer I could be. Even if I'm not really good at it, I'm going to find a way to be good at it, right? And I did what you were talking about. I figured out the people that were in the class, and I kept adjusting the way I was training each student, even. Like from student to student, I had to teach one guy one way. I had to be kind of assertive with one guy. I had to be super gentle with another one. I had to relate music to the way that they were moving with the heat gun. Cause the guy was like, he kept like singing songs while we were just standing there. And I was like, okay, you know that song Slow Ride? Like slow ride, take it easy. I'm like, dude, make that your rhythm of the way you're shrinking and just sing that song in your head. Cause he's already doing singing. So it's like, just put it into what they're doing. And he got it. He wasn't able to get a back glass very well until that. And then he fucking made it to the finals of the mini heat shrink battle we did. Like, it was the coolest shit ever. I was like, dude, he fucking did it. Like, hell yeah. And then there's me going, holy shit, I can actually do this. Like, I never thought I could do it. And now I have the proof, and now I have the confidence to do it again. And that's what I kept telling those guys over and over too. I was like, confidence is built with proof. So if you can prove to me that you and yourself that you can shrink this fucking window, you should boost your confidence. Every time you do it, you go from I can't do this to, oh shit, I can kind of do this. I'm getting better at this. Holy fuck, I'm crushing it right now. Yeah. And that was like the main thing I kept saying. I was like, confidence is built with proof. Keep proving to yourself that you can do it, and you can continue to do it and grow. And I was also doing it for myself too, because I didn't think I was going to be able to teach anybody. And being able to actually teach them and watch them get better, and seeing them over the last couple weeks, because we have a group chat now with all the students that were there and the instructors.
How good is it?
And we try to talk every single day, and I try to do a little motivational video, be like, hey guys, it's fucking, doesn't matter if you have a good day or a bad day, dude, have a fucking day. Like, just make sure you make the most of it. You know, like you can have the worst day in the world. Just make sure you get a day. Like, but
what you did there,
I built a bond with them that I don't think I will ever get rid of, ever.
Correct. And that's actually the point I was going to make, is you connected with people, and then the byproduct of you connecting with them well was window tint training.
Yeah.
Right? It was you getting down, meeting these people, you relate with them, you find out what makes them tick, and then the information shared around training. So that's kind of the process where I approach my training. I was like, my initial scan of a room is, hey guys, have you got any experience, right? And they're like, that interaction alone is going to tell me so much about how I'm going to train with these people.
Yep.
And again, they're like, oh no, I'm brand new. I'm like, I shouldn't even be here. I'm in accounting. And you're like, okay, that's cool. You know, awesome. You're going to learn so much today. That's great. Next person.
Yep.
Yeah, I've been 20 years, and I was like, the guy's going to be hard work, right?
Yeah, he's going to be stuck in his ways. He's going to know the way he does it, and he's going to get mad that I'm changing it. Yeah.
That's right. I need to improve with advanced techniques to him. I got to show him my receipts, and then he'll go, okay, without putting him on show, because he's got experience too, you know. So I need to, like, because I don't want him to shut down. I just want to learn, and I learn something off them every time, you know. And I explain that. I was like, you know, I was like, man, where'd you get those tools? Where'd you get this? What'd you do? You know, there's so many different things, and I'll explain to him, I don't understand how you do that process that well, because when I try it that way, like a two-stage window, and, you know, I'm a bottom loader. It's like I do it properly, and then people do it a different way. You know, there's the two different ways of tinting. Yeah.
He said, I do it properly, and everybody else does it, whatever. I call myself a hybrid loader, dude. I do both. I don't give a shit. Whatever makes it get on there easiest and fastest and most efficient, that's all I give a fuck about. And that's what I was telling them at the class too, because Brent actually added a full bottom loading day to their training, and I led the segment, which was nerve-wracking as fuck, dude. He was like, yeah, you're going to do this whole teaching segment. And I was like, well, what? What am I? Like, me? I'm like, I thought I was just here to help. And he's like, no, dude, you're going to do this whole...
Are you going to be there, please?
And then a lot of the guys even told me, they're like, man, like, I learned better from you than I did from him, because he's a little faster at teaching than you are. And I'm like, yeah, because I have to slow down to figure out what the fuck I'm telling you guys. Like, I don't have a process. Like, I'm just learning with y'all. And one big thing that I actually learned was they didn't get a visual of how to shrink a back glass in sections, right? So I took a China marker and I put a big fucking T on it. And I was like, look, this is what we're going to do. And I put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So like outside, middle, inside, outside, middle, inside. And I was like, you're going to get one down to about here. And I make a line, make another line. I'm like, you want to get that 1 up to here, 2 up to here, 3 up to here, 1 up to here, 2 up to here, 3 up to here. I'd never preconceived this. It just out of nowhere, I was like, this is a great way to do it. And it worked for every single student. And I was like, fuck yeah, I'm going to do that every time now, because it gives them a good representation of what I'm saying, because I'm not the best with talking when it comes to teaching. I mean, I'm good at this because this is more personal and stuff like that. That, you know, it's not professional, and I want you to get the right information, whatever. So I'd even have to stop and be like, how am I going to tell you this? Hold on. I'm like, I got to figure out how to explain this a little better. And I'm like, okay, so it's like this, you know, it's a couple seconds, but it's still like, I don't want to waste their time trying to figure out how to explain things.
So you also don't want to lose, the rhythm, right? You don't want to lose them as a student.
The momentum's still going. Don't want to stop the ball from rolling.
A hot tip, a legendary trainer here in Australia called Chris Cook. He's the 3M head tech guy, knows more about stuff than I've ever known. That oh no, Dusty's in here, bro. I can't believe you haven't banned him yet. God damn
on me.
He
told me to say that, by the way.
Yeah, I knew. I appreciate it. We'll have to tell that from Army story. It's been good. Big love for Dusty. He's one of my boys, man.
He's a good guy. Sweet ass too.
Dude, sweet ass.
I mean,
as soon as I saw you, perky, it's high and tight. It's just sweet.
It drops pretty well too.
that now. Speaking of receipts,
my stomach just rumbled. That's so funny.
Yeah, bro, that was funny. He's yeah, so when it comes to actually teaching people, and this trainer told me, he was like, I literally said to him, I am freaking out. And he goes, okay, you've got 26 years at this stage of installation experience. These guys don't know it's your first day.
Exactly.
And
That was
like,
my thing too. Like
yeah,
all of the students were like, you never train people. And I was like,
yeah,
And they're like, you fucking
yeah,
fooled me. And I'm like, yes.
yeah, yeah. Because once you get the rhythm on, right, you're like, I do this for a living. But again, you didn't have processes. So
Right.
we worked on it over the next year that I trained for 3M. I was driving around going, all right, you know what I need? Timing markers so I can actually have some follow, because I might be still on quarter glass carrying on and I'm like, oh shit, it's 2 p.m. You guys haven't done another window yet,
Yeah.
Because we're so hyper focused on that one thing, and they might be making progress and it's great, but we need to follow a process and get them through. You only got them for the day. So, depending on what class you're running, I had to time marker things, and adding those processes make me a better trainer. I was like, yeah, but I don't train like you. And he goes, I don't want you to. I want you to train like you.
Right.
And I was like, I don't know what that is. And he's like, yeah, you do.
Find
you're
it.
Doing it.
Yeah.
And it was after that first day, I felt like being sick. I was exhausted.
So tired, dude. It's so exhausting.
But I was excited.
Right.
I was hyper and I was everything else. And then I was like, I've got 3 more days of this. I don't know if I can do it. Then I started doing 5-day training, right? Like I love to go as hard as I can with whatever I do. And I'm doing 5 days in a row. Day 5 for the students was rough because they can't absorb that information. I know it, but I'm gone because I've been forcing it out here. And it's
Can you see those?
challenge.
I just want to know if you can see the chat.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I got to drag Dusty down under. We got to bring him here. So that's actually another good one too that he wrote. Got to remind yourself in the beginning, I know more than all of them, and currently fake it till you make it. And it's kind of get out of your own head, right? And actually,
that's what I did too.
Yeah. Because like, you're like, I'm a trainer now. And then you're like, well, I'm training. So technically, I don't consider myself a trainer at the point. But now 5 years in, it's still the same. I walked into a class on Monday down in Melbourne, and it was 27 students. And I was like, oh my God, what is happening? But there was 3 trainers.
Oh, okay. Well, that's different. I thought it was just you. I was about to say, holy God.
Well, I didn't know what it was going to be, right? So it was like, oh, we need a hand. We got a fair few students. But when you walk in and I go, oh, this is a seminar. This is what this is. How the hell are we going to break it down? It was one of the best training sessions that I've ever been part of because it completely shifted. Everything else has been maximum of like 10 people. Where with this, it was this wild, wild, wild time of actually having an opportunity to run around and like, imagine that tenfold. That part where you see them succeed in a little process? It was like rocking back in and just going like, yeah, this is dope. I could actually, hang on, I got to close something just so I can see it. I would have, yeah, exactly, man. That was what I wanted to do. Just like, I'm
fuck this. Uh-oh. Oh, God. Got different camera angles. Oh, shit. We got the 1990s fucking camera. Just kidding. Yeah, we can't hear you no more. But yeah, like he was saying, like for me, when it came to training, it was a fucking like mentally and physically exhausting to the point where it was like a week later and I was finally okay.
Yeah, exactly. All right.
What happened to your camera? What did you do?
It overheated.
Turn your air conditioner on, bro.
It is on. I'm comfortable.
Your mirror's in the way.
So let work with me, people.
No, you're good, dude. We only got 8 people watching. It's fairly low tonight just because I switched days, I think. And I didn't for whatever reason the event on Facebook was messed up. Like it wasn't linked to this or whatever. I don't know, dude. I tried to hype it up and all that shit, but
yeah. There we go.
I need to do better at it. That's one thing I need to do. But by the way, you like my shirt?
It's accurate.
Yeah, it is. You can find it at stayshady.shop.
Yeah. 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 And look, man.
Oh, look, my students is in here. Sir
There you
Jay. He goes by Shady Squatch because he's fucking 6'5" and big old dude. You met him. You met Squatch down in Houston. Yeah.
Right. That was funny. That was exactly who I thought of when I when you mentioned it. I was like, that's the guy. For sure.
Yeah, it is. He was like, I was like, hey, you want to come meet somebody really cool? I'm like, come over here.
Oh shit, there's Graeme. We'll go meet him instead. We'll go see that guy. Hey, Graeme, you know where Dusty is?
Right. Hey, you know where this guy is?
Yeah.
That's funny.
We were looking for someone cool. Is he there? Yeah, man. So, all right. So, it's, for me, training has been the most fulfilling part of my career. But I think it comes along with the simple fact that I have an opportunity to work with so many people, but also on top of that, the fact that I get, I've gotten so far in my own life and my own personal battles, and my personal growth has been that good. So now it's like this combination of coming together. And I used to really, I used to actually be worried about going, am I quitting as being an epi, trying to be one of the best installers by becoming a trainer? Like, is it a bit of a cop out? Am I shifting?
Right. Did you sell out? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Gonna sell out, right? So, and then moving between different companies and being a trainer in Australia, we've got a lot smaller market here, so I'll be covering the whole of Australia constantly,
right.
And it was a weird and exhausting, confusing time to actually go, like, I could really be focused in a shop and building my own empire, but now I'm just taking a wage, and so I went through all of those things and the different roller coaster.
Yeah, you had to weigh your options and everything, and the pros and cons, and what's the best thing for you. And
I'm part of the cog rather than leading my own little sort of venture.
Right.
So what I've worked out and what I've sort of become now is actually being more independent whilst being brand associated. So I wanted to be, I wanted to really enjoy actually having control of my own destiny, right? Because when I worked for, say, Avery Dennison, my market was in Australia, right? So I couldn't come to the US, and I was like, this is killing me. This is eating me inside. Like, it's just, I'm loving my job, and I love that.
You're bored.
No, it was nearly a control thing.
Oh, right? Okay, I got you.
Yeah, I was like, I loved traveling so much and I loved that my job allowed it, like, as in my career allowed it, my lifestyle allowed it. My kids are older, I can travel as much as I liked.
Right.
But on the flip side of it, the tough part was actually sort of no direction. I'm always bouncing back to, like, all right, where's the next training session? And it was dictated to me when they were and where they were. So I was like,
wasn't enough chaos, really, right? Not enough chaos for you?
Yeah.
I know what that's like.
Yeah. I absolutely love it.
It's like a drug.
Yeah.
It's like a drug.
And I drove, it's about 800 miles last Thursday. I then trained for 2 days. I then flew. I drove another couple of hundred miles to the airport, trained those 27 students, then flew back to my hometown, picked up a roll of PBF, flew back up to this place, left my car at the airport, wrapping this boat, and now I'm going to drive that 800 miles home tonight after wrapping this boat. So it's like, I won't do the whole trip in one, but it's like that chaos you're talking about. Yeah, is like, I love it, man. I love it.
And I took an hour out of his trip already, guys. God damn.
Yeah. Apparently,
it could have been another day. Yeah. Just saying.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
Yeah, you go.
So we didn't even tell people who you are, what you do, none of that shit. We just jumped into it, and that's fine. And I'm sorry to all of y'all watching that didn't know Graeme before this and just saw how it kind of just spilled out. Whatever. Get over it. Dark Truth Podcast. That's how it works.
Welcome to my organized chaos life.
Yeah, welcome to the organized chaos that Dustin just said. This is literally my organized chaos. Like, usually it doesn't go this well. Usually I've gotten booted out twice by now, and the internet's fucked up, and I can't
I've
hear
only
somebody
overheated
or
one camera
whatever.
right now, so
And like the way that it's actually going smoothly kind of concerns me. Like when things go too smooth, I'm like, what's gonna happen?
yeah,
Like what's gonna happen next? What am I not expecting, right?
brace yourself.
What was I about to say?
Oh, we were talking about basically we didn't even introduce me.
Yeah, so if you want to just do that real quick, no, I'm just kidding. I think we're already too deep. But if you didn't know, this is the Aussie Trainer. He is an amazing man, as you can tell. He is a very deep thought individual. Go ahead, sorry.
No, it's way better when someone else is saying it. I like because it is my favorite subject. Me, I'm a big deal. So it's funny when that doesn't hit too, because I'm so sarcastic all the time that I
Jeez, that's a long fucking question.
Yeah, man.
It's in quotes too, so that's definitely got to be from ChatGPT.
I actually like it, but it's also accurate, I think, to some degree. There's a whole unpacking of stuff.
Just so you, hey Pete. So Pete, that whole question, I don't think people really train them to be business owners. They train in the installation processes. So anything legally binding or legal about what they're doing is kind of on them. It's like paying taxes. Like they don't tell you to pay your taxes in training class. It's just kind of like a grown-up thing they have to do on their own. But anyways,
great segue though, because it's actually part of what I've turned my career into. So I started tinting windows in '96. I'll give it the tip of the waves. Tinting windows in '96. Got into wrapping and everything early 2000s. I'd muck around, sort of more into like Vanilla Ice kind of deal. I kept it pretty white. It was then into PPF around that same time. I then really started my own shop that I absolutely loved, spending a lot of time building my own thing because I did so much trade work prior. When I got into the training space, it shifted my whole thoughts on things because I obviously train my own staff and I have my own processes. However, it was an installation training program. That's ultimately what we had to do, right? It wasn't a workshop. It wasn't a consulting thing. It wasn't
right.
And when I pivoted out of being full-time shop owner with my ex-partner, we're like, how do we pivot this? Because I can't just do install training forever. It needs to be a consulting role where I can actually sit and talk with the. Did we lose the host? We
did. See, told you. See it. Fucking.
You put it out there, bro. It's coming.
I said it. Okay, now the comments are gone, right? You can't see them anymore.
I got him.
I can't see him over here, but I can see him over here. That's fine.
Yeah. Cool. So basically, I then moved into starting to pivot those conversations because people want to know about pricing, right? But if I'm there for a manufacturer talking about an installation process, I can't really talk to them about pricing because I'm not privy to it. I don't know what their pricing is, but I can talk about generalized ideas I would have around a pricing structure, so I can but I still had a narrative I had to follow.
Right.
So more recently, I decided, let's actually talk about building a consulting style of role. So I started a school community. I don't know if you're familiar with the platform School.
I saw your post. I'm not familiar with that, but I did want to look into it and see if I could be a part of it.
It's a little bit more controlled in terms of it's your little community, right? So it's a good spot for you to throw people back from those training sessions because you can add some organization to it. You can add pricing structure. You can have these categorized, modules of information that you can actually talk about as opposed to, well, you can structure it however you want. You can just use it as a social media platform if you wanted to, but you can eventually monetize sections of that too. So you can be a passive income. You can have, you can make it a school. It's literally that idea, right? Where you can
Right,
go,
right.
there's a free part where you can go live and do stuff or videos, but then you can also hide it behind a paywall. And I was like, okay, that's, out of 30-year career, I know some stuff, right? And I can
Right.
help monetize that, and be logical about it and use it in a spot where it's a moment where I was like, all right, I need to pivot from just being in person. I can only see so many groups of 25 people at a time.
Right.
And it's transactional, right? Once you
Right.
finish that, you obviously still spend time with them, but it's kind of free after that fact, right? So I was like,
Yeah,
all
yeah.
right, I need to, and I'm not seeing enough people. So if I can grow a community online,
Right.
and help be part of it, and then add other trainers, had people. So I had all these ideas of doing this, right? And now here's a world exclusive for you. I haven't even mentioned this to anyone
Oh
yet.
shit! Heard it here first.
I just got asked into. Well, Dusty knows about this, but I just got asked to join the Rap Institute as their tint and PPF trainer. If you're not
Let's
familiar with Rap
go.
Institute, it's a massive Dusty. It's a massive training program that's been around for a couple of decades,
Yeah.
and over 4,000 videos and everything else. And not to promote their business, but it was more about, they went, we're trying to do exactly what you're doing. You're trying to do what we're doing. We're in the same lane. Like, let's just collaborate. And I was like, man,
It's just marriage.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And they were like, all of these things you're trying to do, all of these, but it also adds value to, if you're going to join my community around those things,
Right.
obviously you get access to all of their stuff as well, which makes all the sense in the world, right? So
That's
as a
awesome, dude.
vinyl and PPF trainer, I was, and invited in, so it's funny, right? I meet thousands of people a year, and, that it gets to a point, particularly after 5 years of that, there's, in your industry and in your niche, there's some other people that, yeah, I know that guy, and you just network, right?
Right. I've noticed that. Definitely.
Well, it's the same. Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, these platforms help and all that, but
Right.
at the same time, when you go back into those scenarios where there's other groups or other networks of people that are like on such a high sort of status, they're
Right.
trainers, and I was like, yeah, I'm following their footsteps, and they're like, when they reach out to you and go, man, I love your content, and I was like, oh my god, he knows who I am.
I was like, fuck.
Yeah, dude. I was like, I was kind of,
you get all nervous and shit. You're like, oh god, what?
Yeah, dude, 100%. There was definitely that. I was just like, I don't know what to. Yeah. I'm like, am my hair okay? Like, what the fuck? Yeah. It was weird, dude. So it was surreal, but they were like, hey man, we'd love to, join forces and do this and do that. And he's like,
love that for you, dude.
Yeah, and it's not about that means a lot to me personally to have that conversation.
Yeah.
However, all it does is help me do more of what I love doing. And, we've bashed out a few cliches already this episode. I fucking love what I do. It is sensational. I
agree.
Like, it is a fun pivot in my career. And then to come back and practice what I preach, or I get to apply techniques that I'm, perhaps wouldn't have had an opportunity to work with or work on, or because I'm training so much that I'm not installing as much, right? So I get to like fine tune those things. It's a big fun one to be part of. No, Dusty, I'm assuming you're talking about the Rap Institute. They're already massive in Australia. They've, I've been subscribing to them since probably 2008, I reckon. It was.
I love that.
Yeah, it was probably not that early, but for as long as it's been, I've been a fan of their work.
Right.
I couldn't imagine the layers of having, thousands of students constantly and subscribers and building that content out. They've got offices, or their head office in, the Netherlands or wherever it is. Like there's Europe, there's the US, there's all of those, just
right.
Seeing the Rap Institute, I was like, well, that's the Mecca, but I'll just do what I can and do my part.
Right.
So to be part of that is it's an honor. It genuinely is. And it again helps me sort of gain some traction and maybe meet some more people, but it grows your reach, right? That's
Right.
part of it. So
Exactly. Going back on what you were saying earlier about how like them reaching out to you.
okay, bye now.
Am I back? Am I back?
Yeah, you're
Hello?
back.
Okay. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have said anything. That's my fault. I
You
shouldn't have said nothing.
I don't
Dustin
know
was right. I jinxed myself. But I mean, even for me, as simple as, and maybe even some other people that are watching or people that might watch this later, like these people that we see on social media all the time, like Poppy Eliu and fucking Eric Devash and Carlos and you know, all of these guys that are what we call famous in the industry. When I, like 5 years ago, when I first started trying to be a part of social media in the tent industry and in the tent space, I looked up to every one of these guys that I now pretty much call my friend. And to be in the company of them and looked at as an equal, even though I still don't think I'm as good as they are, which I'm not yet, but one day I will be as skilled as they are. I might be the same type of person and have the same mentality and want to help the same way they do, but I just don't feel like I'm at their skill level. And that's okay, because I've got my own method of doing things and getting to where I want to go, and being given opportunities by not only Eric with Tent Wiz, but with, you know, Brent asking me to come help be a trainer. And then I've got tenor battles in LA that I'm actually going to be flying for the first time ever to. Yeah. Big news. I don't know if I've even said that yet, but I will be flying to LA. I was reached out to by Carly and Carlos, and they were like, man, we really need you here. Like, you're a part of this event. Like, you've been to every single one, and we really need you to be here, man. And it makes me feel important, right? And excuse me. And it's like, I never saw that value in myself until somebody told it to me. And I'm like, what? I'm just a dude out here doing stuff. And each person's like, you just don't understand what you look like to everybody else and who you are to everybody but you.
Yeah.
And it's like, fuck. Like, what is that supposed to mean? Like, am I jaded to the fact that I'm a great person or whatever? And it's like, so now that's the stuff I'm working on for me. Now, when people say something like, dude, you're famous, I go, you're goddamn right I am. I'm like, you're right. I'm not cocky about it like that, but I'm like, you know what? You're right. I am well known. I am well known in this industry, and I am respected by a good bit of people. Some people absolutely fucking hate everything about me, and I don't give a fuck, because I used to put all of my value in external things like other people or what I can provide with what I do. Now it's more who I am deeply, not just who I am on social media. But if you ask a lot of people that talk to me privately over the last 2 years, I've helped a lot of people personally than professionally, more so than I did professionally. Like, I will always speak with somebody, and I will always try to be there for somebody if I have the time. If I don't have the time, I will have to just put it off and let you know that, like, hey, I saw your question or whatever, but I don't have time to explain it right now. I'm busy, or whatever the case may be, right? But realizing your own value is like one of the pivotal moments in your career that you can have. Like, going, I am valuable because of who I am, not for what I can give people. And maybe it is both. Maybe it's both. Maybe it's who you are and how you can help. And that's where this shit comes in, you know? Be who you needed. So, like, I needed to do that shit for me for a long time, and I didn't. And now I'm doing it, and it pisses some people off, and I don't give a fuck. Like, used to, I would care and try to defend myself and explain myself and convince them. I don't fucking have to. I don't owe anybody an explanation for why I do the things I do or what I do them for. I do them for me, and I do them for the people that I care about. So if there's something that I get an opportunity to do and you don't think I deserve it, or you don't think that it's something that I should be doing, I don't fucking care, because I'm doing this shit for me, dog. Like, this is for me, bro. Like, this comeback is for me. It's not for anybody else.
Yeah.
And it's to show my kids.
That's what I explain to people.
It's to show my kids that you need to do it for you. Don't do it for me, your dad. I want you to do it because you genuinely, in your fucking heart, want to do it.
Yeah.
Now, if I tell you to pick up your fucking room and you don't want to do it, you better fucking pick up your room. Yeah. But that's different. I'm talking about like life shit. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's what I was going to say is with the be who you needed, it's actually be who you needed for you, so you can be who you need to be for everyone else, right? And
yeah, of course.
It has to come in that order, right? For you to be better you are, the better you are for other people. So as you learn and grow those things for yourself, and you start to actually go like, I am a fucking good person, and you do say it out loud, and that
it feels weird, dude.
No, because it's
like I'm literally choking up and like starting to tear up when I was talking about that. So
yeah,
it's a deep feeling,
but it's also like I wish you saw you the way I see you. You know, those sort of cliche comments where I was like, yeah, and it was like that kind of thing where I'm like, I could see you saying out loud, be who you needed, and you're saying it to other people, but vicariously through yourself, right? So there's this.
Yeah, of course.
That it's like I'm going to verbalize it, so I have to be what I'm saying I am, because I'll stick.
It seems like I'm saying it to everybody, but I'm honestly always saying it to me.
Yeah, and it shows, man. And that was one of the things that brought me to even come across, like, we crossed paths because I saw it in comments. I saw you portraying that, and I was like, fuck, I love that saying. That is rock solid.
Yeah, I'll never forget when you told Eric that on that podcast. I got sent that clip like 4 times.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, that's a fucking big guy in the industry. Like, that's when I didn't even know who you were, but I knew if you were on his fucking show, you were a big guy. Like, you were fucking well known. And I was like, damn, dude, like, I can't believe that he liked that. Like, and then
well, it's the moments we all have, right?
Right.
You know, and it's the same for me to come on your pod. It's not like, you know, I'm on the opposite. I'm like, I'm fucking honored to do this. This is super fucking cool, because it's
it's a pretty good fucking podcast, just saying.
Yeah, it really fucking is. And if it wasn't, I'd be on it regardless. But at the same time, Husky, I like to say big. I'm a big deal. I'm a big deal, bro. I said it to my girlfriend on our second date. I was like,
kind of a big deal.
Exactly like that. I'm like, you've probably heard of me. I'm kind of a big deal, right?
Fucking the Will Ferrell.
Yeah. It was so good, because I literally read something, and it was one of these sort of situations where resonating with, where somebody knew somebody and they'd mentioned me, and they're like, oh my God, you know that guy? That's cool. And it was just this little moment, a little ego boost, a little moment. And I said it out loud, and she was like, I cannot believe this guy just said that. Like, what a fucking idiot.
And then she came to Houston, and she goes, holy fuck, he wasn't kidding.
Like, that's right. But she goes, what, would you come back? God damn it.
No, I'm back.
All right. Okay. Thank you. All right. When we have these, like, that so put me off then, because I was like, would you fucking come back? Where are you going?
Sorry.
That was funny.
I don't know what's going on.
What she said, you know, obviously she'd never been to an industry thing that, you know, we've been together about a year, and she was like, we're going to like a window tint competition on the other side of the world. And I was like,
so stupid.
Yeah. And it's like, it doesn't make any sense. And then everyone's like, oh, what are you doing? It's like, oh, we're going to New York. We're going to do, like, you know, New Year's in New York, and we're going to do all these things. And that's kind of like a big deal. And
that's
then I was
boring.
like, and then I'm like, you wait till we get to Houston. That's where the
just
fun
wait. Yeah, just wait until you see all these fucking crazy people.
And then, but we went to Jim Miller's shop, Miller Decals in Georgia first. And as I went there, she was like, oh, they're really nice people. And I was like, oh, this is the tip of the iceberg. They're all fucking nice people. Like,
oh yeah, most of us.
Yeah, most, I mean, Dustin's dick, but the rest of us
he's
are like,
kind of a dickhead.
Yeah.
Sweet ass though.
Yeah. And a wonderful wife. I love Alice. She's gorgeous.
She is cool.
When you go there, and she said the community that's there, you know, I go, okay, so technically we're all competition. You know, I'm there as Llumar, there was 3M, there was, you know, Mother Marion's EPD, and then
Autobahn, Expel, GeoShield, Matico.
weird guy from up north, Dean. He was here. There
yeah.
was there was so much fun, so much love. We were so excited. Mother Marion and I were sitting there just like, we're hugging, going like, I can't believe we get to hang out again. This is so cool, And it was this, and she's my girl. And if anyone was at Houston, Beck kind of had a few espresso martinis, went a little hard, a little soon. Missed the first dinner. Yeah, there you go. That's right as Dustin explained the situation. It didn't go well for Beck on the first day. She got excited, pre-partied too hard.
It happens.
It was
nerves, maybe.
Even that, yeah, it would have been that too, right? Like it's to walk into that energy that has.
Oh yeah, it's intimidating as fuck if you've never been, dude. You're like, oh fuck, this is crazy.
Yeah, and then it was.
First one I did sober too. It was weird as fuck. Just saying.
Yeah, there you go.
But it was amazing. I actually remember the event. So there's that.
Yeah. She did kind of make it to dinner. I'm not going to light my girl up online. She's going to kill me for mentioning it. But I'll let her sort of run that path where. But I remember sitting there and I turn around. Then there's Avery and Sean at a table, and then I turn around and there's another group of people at another table. Then you're over at another table, and I'm like, where am I? This is all of my favorite people, all in the same part of the world, all sitting here. I was like, I want everyone to enjoy, and they're like, who are they? And I was like, I don't know, man. They're just your people. They're not they're not a different shop. They're not a different, they're not competition. They're not any of those
family.
Things. Yeah, and that's cliches for days, right? But it's those things, and everybody is so grateful to be there. And then you watch the competitors, they're freaking out, and they're like, man, I got a big day tomorrow. The pressure's on for them.
Love it.
And then there's the judges are like, yeah, I got a lot of stuff to do. It's kind of tricky to navigate those things when you haven't been.
It's organized chaos.
Yeah, there you go.
We'll go back to it again. Yeah, that's the fun part. Is you don't know what the fuck. Like Johnny, I don't know if you saw it, but him shaking his fucking ass off trying to shave a window.
Yeah, man.
You can't tell me that it doesn't take skill to do this competition. You can't tell me that this isn't a big deal. If you've got somebody who's been doing this longer than I have, shaking his fucking ass off, even Ricky Miller, all the greats that we competed against, none of them were super calm. Everybody's fucking sweating their ass off, nervous, trying to put out the best fucking windows, but at the same time trying to put on a good show and win,
Yeah.
It's a culmination of anxiety and excitement and fear and enjoyment, all of the emotions balled into one fucking event. And
as Jay just said, right, that energy, you can't
reproduce it.
You cannot you can't even fathom what that energy is, right? If you could have that sort of energy around all the time, it'd just I don't even know. I can't,
it would be exhausting.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
it would be. I would be after every fucking tinner battles, dude. I need at least 4 days to get back to normal.
Oh yeah.
Even if I'm super busy when I get back, I am sluggish and I'm slow and I'm kind of depressed because all my friends are gone and I don't get to hug my friends that I see.
Too, right? It's just
all
the
dopamine's drained and you're I need to sleep.
Social battery's done. But then you sneak a look online and just see some photos, and then I was hitting Avery up, going, man, we got photos outside. Can you send them? I want to share it. I want to keep this high going, but it's you're also cooked.
You're chasing the dragon, dog. You're just chasing that dragon, bro.
Exactly. That is a good analogy for that.
You're I gotta get there again, bro. And then when the next one comes around, you get all antsy to go, and you're I want to go right now. I want to go right now. And you get there, and you're yes, we made it. What's up, everybody? Give me a hug. I missed you. I haven't seen you since Houston. What have you been doing? What's up? I like your haircut. What the fuck? You're getting fat. Shit like that. How'd you get so fat, dude? What you been eating?
What you spent last year's prize money on, motherfucker.
Exactly. Yeah. We definitely know you didn't get a gym membership, you fuck. Something like that, dude.
But man, the banter, around It'll be
the shit talk and the
bro.
friendships and like the ball busting and the hey man, go grab me a drink or
Like, good luck coming second tomorrow, bro. You know,
yeah,
like
yeah.
yeah, I love that shit. It's just
Fucking with people being like, dude, I forgot my tools at home, and then you show up with your shit, and they're like, I thought, and you're just like, I gotcha, just kidding.
I remember I was WFR Athens and I was judging, and I'm like walking around and I'm like taking it so seriously, and I was in the moment and zoning in. And I just hear, why don't you fuck off back to Australia, mate? And I turn around and Kyle Wayland's standing there pointing at me because I was judging
Yeah.
the car. And I was just like, all right. And him and Randy are like, what's up? And I'm like, all right. I got it. Yeah. And then
it's just so random every time.
Yeah, I know. And then I'm like, all right, I know what this is. It's window tinters doing window tint things, right?
Yeah, window tint shit's going on every day. It's like a big shop.
And again, I'm like, thank you. What the hell is my life? Like, how am I in the South just getting lit up by a dude from Tennessee? Like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
It's like, oh look, I even got lunch brought to me.
Oh well, fuck. I was about to say we're already past the hour. If you need to get back to working, brother, because you know me, I could fucking talk to you for 3 more days, dude. I don't give a shit.
I'll just jump on another time, bro. There'll be a lot more to get through because
I'm so down. I'm so down for a part 2. I've got so many people I've got written down for a part 2 because we go like this, and then I'm like, fuck, I'm having such a good time. It's like being at tenor battles. I don't want to go. Like, I don't want to go here. Like, once I get off of here, dude, I'm gonna be like, fuck, now I gotta go outside, smoke a cigarette, and think about what we talked about, and then think about the moments I need to clip, and hopefully, Restream lets me, and all that shit. But
then you go down that. But on that note, man, it's a genuine honor to be part of this industry, and I've been like, part of the gospel spreading the word now, where I'm like, y'all got to fucking come and be part of it. Like, I keep screaming it to the Aussies
just one time.
Like, oh. Yeah, and it's so much of it is done out of fear. I know how many people want to do it, but they're like, oh, what if nobody knows me? And I was like, because you're not there.
They will meet you and they will never forget you. For one, you talk like this. And then for 2, you're probably funny and you probably say cunt a lot. And so then people are going to remember you. You know what I mean? Like, it just is what it is, dude. Like, be memorable. Do something or just shake hands and talk for longer than 5 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
Jessica, my wife over here, like, you hang up first. No, you hang up first. She's probably upstairs like, hurry the fuck up. These kids got to go to bed. But
well, we just did that. I did it last night caught up with a buddy because I'm in town. I'll always try and catch up with friends, one of the benefits of traveling. But after all of that work, I was like, let's go out for dinner, right? So then if you get to bring that into you, it's the same thing. So we said goodbye at the restaurant, walked down to the car park, and then we started again, right?
Yeah.
And his wife walks up and goes, look, I love you too, but you need to shut the fuck up. I'm tired.
Yeah, I'm trying to go home. Yeah.
So, all right, so we hugged it out. And then we're texting.
With that, I was going to say, so with that, let's, I'm going to go ahead and take the chats down. You've watched a couple times. At the end, I like to do what I call the dark truth final thought. Just something that you want to leave the viewers with that are watching today, or something that people are going to see later. Piece of advice, life advice, 10 advice, whatever. Just something that you want to leave with people. All
right. I'm going to keep it not too deep for this one, right? I'm going to actually keep it industry specific. I'm going to save it. I'm going to have a little because I could spend another hour doing this part, right?
Me too.
But it is really what I want people to do is get past your comfort zone, right? I want you to go, what do I want to do? What is the thing that I know only inside? I don't even voice it to my girlfriend, partner, wife, boyfriend, whatever it is. What is it that I want to chase? What's that dream? Because 5 years ago, I was in a tint shop in a small town, not meeting anyone, not going anywhere. I loved my job. I was the best guy in my shop. You know what I mean? Like, there was, because there was no relative thing to value against. And then I stepped out of my comfort zone. I jumped on a plane, went to the other side of the planet, and started I walked into Jim Miller's shop, the world's best rapper, and I rocked in there and I was like, hi, I'm Graeme. And the weirdest, strangest, scariest moment of my life and career, because I was like, I'm just going to go to the top. I don't deserve to be there. They're going to go, why do you talk funny? Like, you know, and I'm in the South, and I was like, there's so much. I was freaked out. I was worried they saw me on security in the car park because I was like walking to the door and I walked back to my car, and then I was like, man, I can't come to the other side of the planet and not go in.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
I walked back to the door, and a UPS driver walked out, and he scared me, and I made a little weird noise. I was like, fucking just like, and then I was like, so then the installers are inside, and they're like, what the fuck's that guy doing, right? And he's just pacing out in the car park. So I bit down, walked inside, and my life changed forever. So much for the better, because that opened a literal door, opened all the doors. And it was from a point where they all went, how did you meet Jim Miller? And I was like, man, I was in his DMs, on his comments, and he's like, blah, blah, blah. And he constantly says to me and everyone else in the world, you are welcome. And it was this weird thing where you go, you're just saying that to be polite.
Yeah, yeah. But he was fucking honest.
When you walk in and there's this slogan across the whole wall that says, the harder you work, the luckier you get, kind of deal. And I was like, that couldn't be more accurate. And it's signed by all these legends in the industry and all these things. And it was a surreal moment where I turned around. And then he's like, then other people would turn up that I've seen online. And like, there was just this collaboration. I was sitting in this place and I was like, wait, I need more of this. So then I started doing the events and I started going to meet people and started reaching out. Like you and I would talk in the background, and then we had phone conversations, we played PlayStation, we do like all of those things, all collaboratively start building a network of people that they might be doing the same thing you're doing, but they're also living their best life. They become part of your family, and it's all access to everyone there. If you get out of your own head, if you get out of your own space, you get out of that comfort zone. So seriously, like, push that limit, go past that fear, and just go, I'm just going to say hello, see what happens, and I walk up and go, g'day. And I was like, fuck, I didn't want to be that cliche. I'm an Aussie in America saying g'day to people. And it's and they're like, oh, you like, throw a shrimp on the barbie. And I'm like, that's an American saying. It's not even Australian. Like, it's
we don't even say that shit.
Yeah. There's this, but it starts a conversation. We have a laugh.
Yeah.
They want to see some Aussie banter. It's been some of the best years of my life on multiple levels, getting out of my own way, all of these cliche things. But I reckon so this is my one thought, right?
All right, here we go. Been patiently waiting. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. I said all that to say this.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, be cool. Be who you needed. It's the dichotomy of leadership. That book changed my life because it helped shift the way I think about day-to-day outcomes, day-to-day interactions, conversations, whatever it may be. There's it's working on yourself has been the best thing I've ever done, and it creates opportunities like this where I get to spend an hour in the middle of a chaotic week, month, year, whatever it is, have a fucking great time. I'm going to come back, and that guy's still just worked. He's nearly finished, so I need another 5 minutes and we'll be done. He'll be done.
Right.
Actually, he might be watching the live, and I'm like, sorry, Honza, I'm coming, bro. He's
maybe. Yeah, that'd be cool. No, so basically what you're saying is get comfortable being uncomfortable.
It's a cliche. Yeah, we should finish on a cliche.
I love it. I'm not mad at it at all, dude, because
I love my industry.
I love you too.
I love these opportunities we get. I don't get to see you enough, which I think makes it so amazing when we do get to hang. But yeah, thank you for the opportunity, my man.
You're very welcome.
I really want to do it again.
Yeah, we will.
Thanks for the poor souls that watched us ramble on at each other.
Yes, thank you all for watching.
Yeah, I genuinely am grateful for having this opportunity. We don't know what tomorrow brings, so let's make the best day of everyone.
I love it. Well, Graeme, I appreciate you being on here and getting super deep and talking it out with me today. And everybody that watched, I'm sure that they loved it too. And there's definitely going to be a part 2, brother, because we all love you and we love talking to you.
Then we'll talk about the industry next time. Fuck
that. Fuck that shit.
Yeah. All right. Love you, bro. Peace.
All right. Love you, dude.
Same, man.
See ya.
Boy.
All right, everybody. That was Graeme. Oh, was he trying to come back? I think he had something to say. I don't know, but thank y'all for watching. I really greatly appreciate it. What the is he trying to come back in and out? I don't know what's going on, but I love that. He's a great dude. Every time I talk to him, I get a different and a better perspective on things. And Ellis said that he's a philosopher, and I completely agree. Modern day philosophy, in my opinion, is just people understanding themselves and others. And he's a big testament to that. And I want to be a lot like him in that aspect one day. I'm a pretty deep person. I think about things a lot more internally than most. And man, it was just great listening to him and talking to him about all that stuff tonight. But before I start getting emotional, I'm going to get off of here, and I'm going to say thank you all for watching. Thank you, Graeme, for being on, and I will catch y'all on the next one. Love you. Bye. Don't forget, be who you needed.